Floopsy has kicked many asses. And there are far few asses that are off the list of potential asses to be kicked. But puppies are definitely not on the list. Floopsy would not kick the ass of puppies. Oh, hello. We supposed to use this vinegar? Ouch. Ouch. Vinegar on ouch. Vinegar. Ouch. Hey! Stop it. We need to use this vinegar on you. This is not the kind of puppy that Floopsy was imagining. Maybe this one's ass can be kicked and Floopsy will not have a guilty conscience. Alright, we have slain this strange puppy you requested. It didn't work, did it? Aye, I thought it was an idiotic idea. Oh dear, remind me never to wander near mud puppy spawning grounds without a bottle of vinegar. Any road, this should only take a moment. I'll just need to do this, and voila! Never seen a man cook steaks that fast, have you? Take these 3 dishes and distribute them to the hungry knights here and up above. Oh. Theophilane, would you care for a mud puppy? You there, lad! Don't think I didn't see you and the cook conspiring together. Let me make myself perfectly clear. If you wish to buy my trust with a steak, it would be my pleasure to oblige you. Well, here you go. Yes, yes! I feel invigorated, refreshed, as if I have the strength of 10 men, and their wits besides. I should have no trouble concocting a new reason to refrain from sentry duty. Well then. We ought at least receive a hearty meal before we march off to die in this godforsaken waste. Mud puppy steak? Is that a fresh cooked steak? Hallone's blessing be upon you, my friend. Mud puppy meat or no, it's the most delicious food I've had in a fortnight. Ign immortel? Ever must we train to maintain our skill at arms, yet never are we to receive proper sustenance. Mud puppy steak? You are a godsend, my friend. Too few appreciate that House Durandare must do more than its fair share for the sake of Ishgard. Feels wonderful to see everyone in such high spirits. Amazing what good food can do for morale, eh? Ah, but I've forgotten about the hard-working chirurgeons at the infirmary. So rarely do they take their meals here in the hall. Mind taking the steak to Sonota? She's doubtless so preoccupied with the health of her patients that she's neglected to attend to her own. Floopsy has food for your face! Beg your pardon, sir, but I am busy attending to this man. I will be with you in a moment. Food! Put in face! Is that? Sniff, sniff. Come to think of it, it has been quite a while since I last ate. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to have a nibble? Oh my, this is fantastic! Thank you so much. I'll eat the rest right away. Sit! Might I have a word with you, Elder? It concerns the chirurgeons. After speaking with them earlier, I learned they lack sufficient alembics for their needs. You see, so I used some of their broken equipment to craft a more advanced alembic, both as a gesture of goodwill and as a means to help me recover my memories, since working with my hands kindles familiar feelings. All I require to complete the device are the cores of 3 ice sprites. Though commonly used to reduce the temperature of alchemical mixtures, there is a way to alter their properties so that they draw the cold within rather than radiate it without. It may sound ridiculous to you, impossible even, yet somehow I know it will work. Well, Sid seems capable of violating the laws of thermodynamics, so why not? Ise sprite! Have you obtained the cores? If so, please show them to me. What an amazing device! But is it truly an alembic, sir? I've never seen its like before. I, too, am unsure what to make of this machine. While certainly impressive, I've no idea how to make use of it. Nevertheless, if it is as effective as he claims, it will be a great boon to the infirmary. Thinking of the medicines we could create, the lives we could save. Even so, I wonder... Ware thee, the kindly stranger, bearer of gifts wondrous and strange, for his generosity comes at a cost. No one invited you! Their earnest efforts are but a means to an as yet unknown end. Moreover, you should be wary of associating with individuals who have interfered with the questioning of a suspected heretic. They did what? Bless you, Inquisitor, for coming along when you did. We almost succumbed to the temptation proffered by these unbelievers. Oh, Floopsy gonna kick your ass so bad. Why does that man detest us so? Is it all because we interrupted Lord Francel's trial? Whatever his reasons, he clearly means to oppose us at every turn. He's evil! Let Floopsy kick his ass! Before we can persuade Lord Drillamont to help us, it seems we must convince Inquisitor Guillaume that we are not his enemy. But just how might we go about doing that? By kicking his ass! We know little and less about the good Inquisitor. Despite him being such a prominent figure in Curthis, perhaps we should learn more by speaking with the people of Whitebrim Front. Share your findings with Alphino in the square. I'm sure he can formulate a strategy from there. You. Inquisitor Guillaume. Of course I know of him. Alas, I have not seen him since the day he came to Whitebrim Front several moons ago. My memory is somewhat muddled, but I recall that a blizzard nearly buried us in the snow that day. I had the ill fortune of being assigned to the night's watch. While the stronghold slept, we walked the walls and patrolled the exterior in a darkness black as pitch. My route took me outside the eastern gate at one point, where I caught sight of a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city. Thinking it was a wayward traveler, I cried out and gave chase, but he slipped and took a terrible fall. When I awoke, it was days later in this very bed, where I have lain recuperating from my injuries ever since. I tried to rescue him, but in the end, Inquisitor Guillaume rescued me, carrying my unconscious body to the gates. I owe him my life, sir, and I hope to one day repay his kindness. Outside the east gate? Outside the east gate. East gate? Outside the east gate, okay. El Boise. Inquisitor Guillaume? I haven't the foggiest idea of whom you speak, unbeliever. Aye, we have learned of your deeds at Witchdrop. I will not be party to whatever dastardly schemes you've hatched against the Inquisitor. Away with you! They know we want to kick his ass? Patrick! Under Inquisitor Guillaume's watchful gaze, unprecedented numbers of heretics have been unmasked and brought to justice. Really? They say he goes days without sleep, so great is his devotion. Blessed are we to have such a goodly, righteous man to protect us. Suddenly the heretics pop up left and right, eh? Chef, the Holy See has decreed that the Inquisitors are the arbiters of Helone's will. They are to be afforded every courtesy and the utmost respect. Shiver. In case you have yet to notice, my attire is ill-suited to this climate. I realized it soon after our arrival, but paid it no mind, as I had hoped we might find the Enterprise far faster. Instead, we've wasted far too much time meddling in local affairs. Sigh. Never mind. Our journey is almost at an end. All that remains is to deal with the irksome Inquisitor. Sid tells me you've been busy making inquiries, yes? Should come at no surprise that he's held in high regard. Even so, I'm beginning to suspect he has other reasons for hindering us now. Let us more closely review the testimonials you obtained, Elder. Mayhap they will provide insight into Inquisitor Guglielmi's motivations. Something troubles me about that wounded knight's account. He claimed he fell chasing a figure in the darkness that he saw outside the eastern gate, yes? But the main road leads to the southwestern gate. Since we've arrived in Whitebrim Front, I've seen no travelers arrive by the eastern gate. Moreover, he said he glimpsed a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city, which would imply that the Inquisitor came from the north of the eastern gate, not south. But it cannot be so. What lies... That way lies naught but a deep chasm. Assuming Sir Giulio is not misremembering, the Inquisitor's behavior that night makes absolutely no sense. At least not to me. Mayhap retracing his steps will shed light on this mystery. Oh. Hit. Off. Ooh. That's a big dead dragon. Ouch. Plasmoids. Whoa. What's under here? Floopsy's under here. Inquisitor corpse? But this one doesn't have a goatee. The goatee must be evil. Never trust the goatee. As you can see, Floopsy is blatantly without a goatee, thus he is good. You found something, didn't you? Well, don't keep me waiting in suspense. Let's see it. Given the contents of this encyclical, I believe you've just made the acquaintance of the real Inquisitor Guillaume. Newly come to Curthis and murdered on the day of his arrival? Yes, it would have been a simple thing to assume his identity, for even if he were to behave oddly, who would dare question the wisdom of a papal appointment? Still, while this is incontrovertible proof that the Inquisitor is an impostor, we've yet to discern his true identity, or why he has decided to oppose us. We must proceed quickly, Elder, before he learns that his deception has been discovered. Since Lord Drillamont has already been turned against us, I fear that this encyclical alone will not serve to convince him of our claims. But what might persuade a man so quick to disregard the endorsements of two high houses? The cook did say that the Lord listens to and respects the opinions of his knights. If a certain knight were to provide testimony that supports our claim. Yes, mayhap is the only way left to us. Confront Sir Giulio with the evidence you discovered and see if it helps him to recall the truth of that night. As a man of faith, he may find it difficult to cope with such a horrifying revelation. Nevertheless, we must do everything within our power to secure the Enterprise. Makes clunky wood noises. Oh, you have returned. Is there something else you wanted to ask? Objection! The Inquisitor is an impostor? Don't be preposterous. That could not possibly be true. He is a paragon of virtue, a dedicated servant of the Fury. You would have me believe that all is a lie? If you are so certain that your ludicrous story is true, then go speak with Sir Prunilla. She was at the Eastern Gate that night, and she helped the Inquisitor carry me here. But I will never speak against the man who saved my life. You. You! I do not believe I know you, sir. Pray move along and trouble me no more. Are you in the habit of handing bloody documents to strangers? Why would you show me such a dreadful thing? I know not of it, not at all. Daubit. You know, don't you? Fury, take me. I prayed this day would come. When Sir Gillot gave chase, I followed close behind. He didn't fall. One of those Gervanian abominations lashed out at him, nearly killed him right then and there. I drew my sword and rushed to his side, straining to see the enemy, but what came from the dark was not a beast, but a voice. He knew things about me, about my family, secrets I had never told another. He said that if I kept his confidence, Sir Gillot and I would be spared, but if I defied him, everyone I loved would suffer unimaginable horrors before they died. When at last I agreed to the terms, the man came forward. His robe marked him as an inquisitor, but I knew him to be false. Together we carried Sir Gillot to the infirmary, and on his first night in White Brim Front, Inquisitor Guillaume was heralded as a hero. Soon after came the accusations. Countless men and women of good moral standing, seized whilst in possession of draconian rosaries. As I feared, he was condemning the innocent to death. I wanted to confess to Lord Drillemont, wanted to put an end to the madness, but then I would remember the Inquisitor's threats, and so I did nothing until Lord Francel was accused. Some time ago I followed the Inquisitor and found that he kept draconian rosaries in a chest hidden southeast of White Brim Front, so I took several from his chest and planted them in shipments bound for Skyfire Locks, as I hoped they were discovered and considered evidence of a conspiracy against House Halenart, thus exonerating Lord Francel and casting doubt on the other recent trials. That is the entire truth, I swear. Helone, forgive me for not acting sooner. Yep. Countless people are dead. It's your fault. Snow mound. Suspicious box. Box of rosaries! You! Attend to Floopsy! Why do you persist in this folly? I will not grant you free access to the stone vigil. Do not make me repeat myself. Bloody document. Box of rosaries. Ha! There had better be a very good explanation for why you are carrying these rosaries. Where did you find this papal encyclical? Fury, take me. The Inquisitor is a heretic? Never before have I heard such an unbelievable tale, but this evidence and your testimony could have no other explanation. I have misjudged you and your friends, Elder. Oh, he just believes us just like that, huh? And for that I deeply apologize. I will permit you to enter the outpost, but first I must needs beg your assistance. Help me and my knights bring this infernal impostor to justice. Alright. Floopsy is gonna kick his ass. That thrice-damned heretic has murdered countless innocents and made a mockery of our laws. Hell's take him and his Dravanian allies. I'm told he makes for Snowcloak even now, intending to pass judgment upon yet another poor soul whom he has branded heretic. If we hurry, there may still be time to prevent further tragedy. Lend me your strength, Elder. Together, let us put an end to this impostor's heresy once and for all. Good to have you with us, sir. When Lord Drillemont arrives, we are to confront the Inquisitor. If he refuses to go quietly, we will need to use force. Are you prepared for that eventuality? Floopsy's ready to kick his ass! Floopsy has been waiting for this. You needn't tremble so, my child. The righteous shall enjoy everlasting peace in Helone's halls. Only the wicked. But why? Why must I die? By all that is holy, I swear to you that I have never questioned the teachings of Helone. Inquisitor! Release the maid and come with us.
My Lord Trullemont, what is the meaning of this interruption? You are aware that I am at present conducting an interrogation, are you not?
Silence, villain! I name thee heretic, murderer of Inquisitor Guillaume and countless innocents. You are a traitor to Ishgard, to your own kith and kin. Your sins are beyond measure, beyond redemption.
Oh. Grave allegations indeed. But you will find your logic is flawed. How can I betray that which I owe no allegiance? No, Lord Trullemont, my conscience is quite clear, I assure you. I wonder, can you say the same, you whose hands are black with the blood of those whose only sin was to question your nation's crazed crusade? You speak to me of Ishgardian innocents. Ha! All are complicit in these crimes, for all live their lives by the Archbishop's lies. But I know you will not hear me, deafened by dogma as you are. If you desire retribution, Lord Trullemont, then come, let us see how Ishgardian steel fares against Travanian fang and claw. Oh. Oh. Yeah. He turned himself into a dragon.
My glamour's dispelled. Your plans lie in ruin, heretic. Choose your words wisely, for they will be your last.
Cough. Wheeze. You may not recall that many Ishgardians I have sentenced, but the families of the deed will never forget. Blood has been repaid with blood, and for that I am content. My only regret is that you yet live. But your end is nigh, foreigner. The dragons within the stone vigil will rend you asunder, and when you are dead, white brim front shall fall. Yeah. Bleh.
Defiant to the last. Leave the body for the crows. His ilk deserves naught better.
He's faking it. He's still breathing.
Elder, I must apologize for involving you in this sordid business. You should never have been asked to intervene in Ishgardian affairs of state. Rest assured, I have not forgotten the matter which first brought you into our midst. It is past time that you were reunited with your airship. But this is not the place to discuss such matters. Pray visit me at White Brim Front, and bring your associates.
Alfie, bro? Where have you been, Elder? The false Inquisitor has been slain? Has he? Yes, well, his was a tale always to like to end in bloodshed. Though you have overcome the latest in a long line of unfortunate impediments, I would ask you not to revel in your victory just yet. We can celebrate once we have secured the Enterprise. As I am sure you will agree, it is past time we enter the Stone Vigil. Pray Lord Trullemont a visit and remind him of his obligation to us. Sid and I will follow, and
We owe you all a great debt of gratitude. Had it not been for you, the heretic masquerading as Inquisitor Guillaume would still be among us, free to prey upon the innocent. I see now that I was a fool to dismiss your claims out of hand. But you must understand, it seemed too much to hope that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn still lived, to say nothing of Master Garland. Never have I been happier to be proven wrong. Well, it is gratifying to know that someone has derived a measure of enjoyment from your error. Now, if you have no further objections, we would appreciate it if you would permit us to enter the stone vigil and retrieve our airship. Yes, of course. It is the very least I can do, given all that you have done for us. But entering the outpost is the least of your concerns, I fear. You speak of the Dravanians that now hold the ruin? In part, yes. I should explain. Shortly after you first arrived, I had my men scour the old records. They confirmed that the abandoned airship had been seized by the soldiers garrisoned at the stone vigil in the days following the calamity. As far as we have been able to ascertain, it was still in their custody when the outpost was overrun by the dragons. Whether it was damaged or destroyed during the battle, I cannot say, nor can I give you any assurances that it has not been removed in the intervening years. For far too long the ruin has served as a Dravanian foothold in Kurthis, from which they have struck out at us with depressing regularity. Though we have pushed them back behind the walls, we have as yet been unable to drive them out, and I cannot say when the situation will change. Or how it will change. Forgive me, Lord Drillamont, but there is no guarantee that you will prevail. In any event, we have no time to wait. We will secure our property without Ishgardian aid. I see. Well, that may be for the best. I will inform Sir Netherlane of your impending visit. May Halone guide you, scions.
Floopsy gonna go in there and get it by himself. Maybe with a party of adventurers, but still, by himself. Netherlane?
Hail, Elder! Lord Drillamore has appraised me of the situation. You may enter the stone vigil whenever so you will. Whensoever you will. Whensoever...